Hello, hello, everyone. Lipgloss and Aftershave. I am Jenny Nagel. We are here for our 6 o'clock hour, final hour for our virtual skincare festival. We are here. It is Monday. Wait, it is Sunday,
That's
March
every
29th, 6
single
p.m.
session. She said it's Monday and it's Sunday.
All day. And we've got something really exciting for this final hour. So, Barry, do the housekeeping, introduce our guest.
I'm the houseboy of the session. Nice to meet you all. My name is Barry, and I'm here to tell you that if you would like to play along with us today on Instagram, we would love if you would do an Instagram story of our session. Lipgloss_aftershave, MedSpa Distributors, and if you use the hashtag LAFest, we'll all stay connected. So screenshot us. We're gonna do a little it's 6 o'clock, so we're gonna do a little cheers. So you can take a screenshot of us doing a little cheers.
East Coast, it's 6 o'clock.
And you can tag us. But we are so excited to have Pam Huck from MedSpa Distributors here. She has a device that we've written about many times. We actually just had it in an article. I can't remember which one, but they're running an actual a little campaign right now where it's the Clareblend and a Belmondo sheet mask. So I put a link to that in their listing on this page. But she's going to give us a whole rundown of how to use the Clareblend at-home mini microcurrent device. And then I think she's got a Belmondo mask there too. So Pam, Jenny and I are both going to take a step back. We're going to mute and go off, and then you're the star of the show. We're going to watch you. We'll monitor questions, and we can at 6:45, we can come in and we can go through Q&A if you would like.
That'd be wonderful. And I also know Andrea is also in the background to answer questions too. So just because it's just me, trust me, they're all involved in it too. I'm going to just switch over, if I can, real quick to the presentation and put you guys in the present mode.
Awesome. And so Andrea, just so you know, you can go ahead and answer the questions through the Q&A box. We already discussed that. So I'll let you guys go.
Okay. Everybody see everything okay? We're all good? Okay. So I wanted to take and give this because a lot of estheticians, even before our current situation, are making a good extra income, added income by taking and offering products and certain devices to enhance what they're doing. So it was actually, the start of this was because of estheticians asking us for a home device that our clients could use in between. So I'm just going to give you a little history about who we are. Our company name is MedSpa Distributors, and we've been actually in the aesthetics business for over 20 years. We carry what we consider the top of the line products and equipment. Many have won awards. We've even been finalists in 2018 and 2019 and the American Spa for favorite distributor. We like to hope that we give you the best personalized service, dependable education. I'm a licensed master esthetician. Stephanie is also a licensed esthetician. We want to give you support. We actually work mostly, I would say 99% of our manufacturing is done in the United States. We do offer, like on equipment, even in-house financing. We do have specials, and we are family operated. I am the mama, and then we have my daughter, Andrea Curtis. She's our marketing director. And she helped me start the business many years ago. I used to be a vice president of a distributorship, and the opportunity came for a distributor, and I said I'd only do it if she would help me. So she does a lot and has, but her life, she got married, she moved to Guam. So was in a position where My son was dating someone at the time. That is Stephanie Huck, became my daughter-in-law. She is also our in-house educator, director of operations, and a licensed esthetician. So that's how the three of us formed. Our shipping director is a longtime family friend. That is Margaret Tayo, and she takes care of getting all of our orders shipped out. Her daughter Sarah is also a flight attendant, and she also sometimes will help us out at conferences too. So that gives you a little background and a little who all is the main ones that you'll be talking to if you call MedSpa Distributors. Clareblend is the Mini is made by Clareblend, which Clareblend microcurrent systems are manufactured in Reno, Nevada. The Jeunesse microcurrent systems are manufactured to the highest industry standards to maintain strict guidelines and high quality control. The equipment is designed and manufactured on site according to Class 1 and Class 2 ISO and FDA regulations. Clareblend is committed to the aesthetic, medical, and electrology world. Basically, Clareblend started by a lady named Claire, and it was the blend system for electrology. Therefore, the name of the company is Clareblend. Rich is the engineer, and him and his wife Nadia are the owners of it. And when Claire retired, Rich and Nadia bought the company, and then years later got into being able to do other things besides just electrology, and it was microcurrent. So we've been doing microcurrent for about 18 years with Clareblend. Microcurrent is supported with more than 40 years of research. You're gonna find that there's so many stories where microcurrent has been helpful. A lot of sports people will use it for injuries. Equestrian horses, they used microcurrent even on that. So think of microcurrent, it provides electrical signals like naturally occurring in the body to repair damaged tissue. Clinicians have used microcurrent for many years to treat bone fractures, sinus congestion, Bell's palsy, TMJ, pain-related disorders, and much more. So more recently, microcurrent has been found to be incredibly beneficial for skin rejuvenation. That's what you're going to see as for estheticians. That's what we're going to use it for, is for skin rejuvenation. Microcurrent uniquely replicates the body's own electrical current, making it safe and effective alternative to invasive rejuvenation procedures. So no downtime, doesn't hurt, just great results. So what is it? It is a microamp. It's a measurement of current. And so you can see that little symbol there. That's the Greek symbol for microcurrent. And so that's the A is for the ampage. So you've got the little Greek symbol and the A, and that means 1/1,000,000th of an amp. So microcurrent is a very low power and most like our natural body. So for instance, most skincare technicians are familiar with galvanic, which is measured in milliamps. So 1 microamp is 1,000th of a milliamp. So you're going to get a lot of questions when if you're the esthetician and you're providing the Mini to someone, is what's the output? So the output is 330. And I'm going to give you little hints like that. And then at the end too, we'll talk about how many different ways, and questions people are going to ask you. So then that way you know all the answers. So if they ask you, what's the frequency? You can say, well, it's actually mixed in random. And then if they ask you, what's the shape of the waveform? It's square, rectangular. That's what our body is. It's the most natural to our body. So microcurrent is microcurrent is electrically controlled current that alternates between positive to negative in short pulses. So on these little diagrams, you can see there's a fixed, mixed, and a random. So think of the middle line as ground, 0, okay? So we can go high, we can go low, we can go close together, farther apart, longer pulses, shorter pulses. So that kind of gives you an idea when we talk about frequencies. Different than output. Output is the amount coming out and the frequencies is the design of it. Microcurrent, and just so you know, that is a picture of my grand dog. My grand dog is actually labeled a Shar-Pei, but we can't have wrinkles in our family. So our Shar-Pei doesn't have any wrinkles, as you can see. Okay, benefits of microcurrent. Helps delay premature aging, hydrates, and revitalizes skin. And speaking of hydrating, so I want you to make sure that we're drinking lots of water while we're doing this. So every time from now on that I say the word mini, take a sip of your water.
Water, Pam, or should we have wine?
Well, you guys can have whatever you want. I definitely do not judge. So go for it, okay? So during a treatment, I would say that probably is a contraindication, but we're not all doing the treatment, right? So sip away. So minimize the large pores, and it helps aid in the acne treatment because we're helping to take and penetrate the product that we're using for acne and more into the skin. We're going to help with the saggy jaws, the double chins, the fatty cheeks. We're going to help to diminish the fine lines, so reduce puffy circles. Who doesn't want all this, right? So microcurrent in aesthetics, typically we're going to use, as you can see in the top corner, gloves, or we can use wands, spheres, different other applicators. With the mini, the two little silver spots on the top is what we're using, okay? So low level current, mimicking the body's natural frequency, painless, as we said, and then basically it's helping to stimulate your ATP, which is your adenosine triphosphates. And that's your energy for your cells. And you'll hear me say that a lot because that'll be a good way to explain it to your clients, what ATP or what does microcurrent do. It helps to take and stimulate your ATP, your energy for your cells. So as you can see, we have 6 different colors minis, and they all do the same thing. So it's a matter of just personal preference, which color you like the best, okay? So our microcurrent systems use a gentle square waveform, matching the electrical activity of the body, and this waveform is a low level current. Now, our professional models like the Genes Pro, we're able to take and, change our frequencies, have a different type of output as far as the amount of output coming through so that we can vary it. But we wanted to make something that would be easy for the home user to use and to help maintain in between their professional sessions. The Mini has always been positioned to be sold by estheticians or to skincare professionals, and for them to be able to just help their client to maintain in between their treatments. Jenny might recognize this picture. So what's your favorite tip to sell more retail? So we want to be able to take, and in my opinion, just putting things on a website, they're not going to sell. You have to sell things that you believe in and that you can take and show a passion to your clients about. So that's the reason why the Mini has done so well with estheticians. I mean, we have estheticians that sell 100 of these a month, and they have like different virtual consultations with them. We're going to talk about Zoom parties. They call, they text, so they don't just sell it and just let that person just, off to the side. They want to take and make sure that they're using it properly and that it's easy enough to use. So we're talking the Clareblend Mini for home use. It's very lightweight because there is no battery, okay? It's a plug and play situation, which means that you can take and plug it into a USB port, or it comes with a little wall plug. You can plug it into the wall. You can take and use like a portable battery charger and plug it into that. It'll come with directions, easy directions, not a lot for them to be able to take and figure out, very simple. So we're going to leave out the guesswork, we're going to make it simple for them. So good for client skin and great return on your investment. And the reason why I say that is think of your profit margin is equal to about the same as what you would make on the income on a facial. So if you sold 5 minis, then that would be equal to doing 5 facials. So that's the reason why it's a great little item. Plus, what we want it to do for the client. Only want to sell things that are going to benefit our client. So only products that we want to sell them, or we want to do in products or in equipment, is to make sure it has a good function for our clients. So the Mini does. So let's talk about a Zoom party. So Zoom parties are, especially right now with our social distancing, and even beyond that, we want to stay connected with our fantastic clients. So let's take and, you can sell what we call a Zoom party package. And that's what we do have special through doing the Lipgloss and Aftershave Festival today. So during this, they can get this whole package. We would send it to their client. You would, with your client, schedule a date and do like a Zoom meeting, a 1-hour time slot, or you can use other platforms too. You could do a FaceTime with them, instant messaging on Facebook. There's a variety of different ways to do it. And you would kind of go over how to use it, maybe add some little stress relief tips for them, different things like that, but be able to check on your client at the same time. Always before you do though, we do have some contraindications when it comes to taking and using the Mini. So I've just kind of put a little highlight. This is part of what comes in their sheet that they get with their Mini. And basically what you want to do is make sure they're not pregnant, no seizures. Right now, if they have the coronavirus, not the time to do it. Just think of anything that we're getting the circulation going. We don't want to take and do during a sinus infection, different things of that sort. So you just want to make sure that you go over contraindications with your clients. How do we do it? Simple. First and foremost, cleanse hands, right? Cleanse hands before we take and put anything on the face. You can use any type of serums you want. I take and use a variety of companies. You may have a brand that you use and you're welcome to use it too. You do want a conductive gel, but first I'll apply some serums. I could take and apply Victoria Deanne serums. I could do anything that I particularly wanted to do. And then I'm going to put on my conductive gel. So Clareblend, it will come with a bottle of conductive gel with its Mini. They also have larger bottles, professional size bottles. I even use Victoria Deanne collagen gel as a conductive gel. Neogenesis has a gel. LRS has a gel. Most of these have the hyaluronic in with it too. So use whatever that is best for you to use that you believe in. Aloe is conductive, 99% aloe is conductive. Of course, water is conductive. The only problem with if you're putting water onto the skin is you're going to have to reapply a lot. If you put the gel on, and then if it starts to dry out, a lot of times I will just spritz myself, and then that way it just reactivates the gel. So it's up to you which way you want to do it. You want to do your neck, and I usually do it to a quarter of the face, okay? So Jenny, you want to come back on with me? Nope, I'll guess.
Yes, here I come. I can't unmute quick enough. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna put us in, well, I think you have to stop sharing your screen.
Okay, I'll finish this up real quick then.
Okay.
Then I'll have you join me with the few things. There's only a couple more slides. So basically, I want to go over frequently asked questions. This is the most common questions that I find clients ask. What does it do? So you answer as I'm looking at short answers to give you that you can give back to them. Help stimulate your ATP, which is the energy for your cells. This will help the overall health of the skin in combination with products. And you as the esthetician can recommend the products that you want them to use with it. Why should I use it? should I stop coming to see you professionally? No. This was designed to maintain, to help in between the professional treatments. Basically with ATP, it's stimulated for 72 to 96 hours. So a lot of times you're only going to see this client once, maybe twice a week at the beginning professionally. But as time goes on, then we want to go into maintenance. Well, they could still be using this at home to maintain in between the professional treatments. So this is like exercise. You can't just do a series of some type of exercise and quit. You got to maintain. You want to stimulate your ATP. So we need to keep it going. So that's the reason for that. What's the output? 330. What's the waveform? We said that. Square, rectangle, mixed and random pattern. How often should you use it? 2 or 3 times a week? And will I see instant results? That varies between people. Most of the time it's the jawline, the cheek, and the eyebrow that you'll see the difference in one treatment. Some people may not see anything in one treatment because this is to maintain and it builds over time. Just to let you know, we do teach educational classes all the time. Right now we're in a series that we had started with our manufacturers as a way to get to know our manufacturers and their passions. So if you go to our website, you'll be able to see we do have other educational classes. We will have one with more detail. The Clareblend one will be more detail on microcurrent. We'll get more into the ATP. Rich, the actual engineer, will be there to even talk to us in more in depth on that technology. And one little thing, just to let you guys know, we want to send our love and gratitude to all of you guys. And now, here we are.
I loved that, Pam. It's so great. And in that picture, you guys, no false advertisement. I have this bad boy. I got my extension cord out. I'm ready to go. And actually, we've done a demo with this, Pam. And you had some of the best advice with a sheet mask and this device. So I definitely want you guys to share that as well, because I'm not going to put the sheet mask on. I have makeup on. I don't want to do my whole cleanse, but I want to go through your instructions to show everybody how easy it is to use this.
Sure. This is actually one of the eye ones. So sometimes I do just like a little eye treatment. So I'll take the biocellulose mask, and you can use them on the top or the bottom of your eyes. And the part you want is in the middle. There's like a coating, so I take that off.
We learned that the hard way with a brand, and we just slapped it on, we not knowing it was a 3-layer front and back, and then the center, and we learned that. So
yes, so you basically, odd putting it on. Like if I don't look in it,
I know doing things backward is a completely
yeah it does. It's like
it's not normal, not natural.
So you could actually do an eye treatment. There's also always excess in these. There's so much excess, so you can put it around wherever. And I didn't put makeup on just because of this. So this is me. Take it or leave it. Okay. Yeah.
This is reality.
This is reality.
Well, the best part about one of my favorite things about the Belmondo masks, I don't know if it's the consistency, the cellulose, what it is, but they're one of the very few sheet masks that I can leave on and they won't slide down. I don't know how it works so well, or if they fit my face better, but I'll actually put them on and like blow dry my hair or do something else if you're multitasking at home and doing the self-care that you were talking about. They're really, really good for that, for doing on yourself.
They are. That's the cool thing about it, is you can actually walk around in them and do whatever.
Right.
The nephew of the gentleman that owns the company is one of those ninja warriors.
Oh, really?
He does the whole, yeah, he's from New Jersey, by the way.
Imagine that.
So he does the whole routine with his mask because it's his uncle's.
Stop.
Yeah.
Wait, and it stays on?
It is online and you can watch it. And I can actually send you guys a link to it if you're curious to see it. But it's really cool. So he does the whole thing that way.
Barry, I think this is a new challenge. You need to complete a workout, an intense workout.
Why are you in my head?
Yep. She wants to be in your head.
Do I have a Belmondo mask here? I'll be right back.
Okay.
Oh my
I'll
God.
send him another one if he needs another one. So, but the thing is see, once I put on it, you heard it beep.
Mm-hmm.
So I can move it and I can take and I can work on top of it. I can take and go outward. So the beep.
So Pam, what's the beep?
Okay. So when it beeps, that shows you, double beeps or beeps, it's working. And then there's basically 10 seconds in between it. So that's to help you with the movement. So when I'm coming up and I'm holding and I wait until it double beeps.
Okay.
Beeps or double beeps. Now, of course, conductive gel on.
The eye area, eye area specifically, do you want to hold them this way or this way?
I tend to hold them because remember the current is going between the 2 points.
Okay.
And it's alternating back and forth, positive, negative. Okay. So you don't have to worry about what's positive, what's negative or anything of that sort. But I like to hold in this case sideways and then I turn it upward.
And then you turn it up.
Right. And when I
Okay.
do the top, and I can flip this up to the top.
Oh, look at you multitasking with that. You just flip it and get the gel from the other side.
Yes. And then lift up. So underneath the brow and lift up and then over. Can you see that okay?
Yep.
So
I can see how you're pulling.
Yeah. So I don't have it on really good right now, but there you go. That's a little better.
So we're getting a question in the chat. I have another mini microcurrent device. They talk about true microcurrent. Does this cause any sensation? Can the client feel it?
Typically they don't. Maybe a vibration once in a while if somebody is really in tuned, but otherwise no. We use low level current because we feel that mimics to the body the best. And it's the ones that are shocking that you feel typically are high voltage.
Yeah.
And it's almost like your body it's not in tune. It's not in sync with each other.
Okay.
And you can use 2 at a time. That's another question I get asked a lot. So you have to be a little bit more creative with this for doing it. But yes, so people I want to cut down the time. So.
Oh, I love.
Now, if you're using it on the same side, we tell you put labels up or labels down. And the reason for that is then the current can actually flow this way. And
right. Okay.
This would be not productive.
Okay.
It's not the right way. But I tell people, look, just if you get good enough where you can do it on both sides.
Now, do you have, and you may have mentioned this earlier in the session, do you have a training video for consumers? So let's, if this is going home with my client and I don't have time to do a training video with her, do you guys have that?
We recommend that each SD does their own. It makes it more personalized. You'll find they're all over YouTube. We recommend follow the guidelines that we tell you. We do have a site, clareblendmini.com. It's where they register their mini once they purchase it. It has like if there's troubleshooting and to tell you how to clean, that sort of thing on it. But we kind of recommend each SD makes their own video showing how to use it and putting it on their site.
Okay.
So then that way everyone has it to refer to. Says everyone does a little bit different technique, slightly. So you can take and go faster. However, I feel you get a better lift. The whole reason for the beeps is put it on and hold, basically. So then that way you're getting the best out of it. Some people would go fast. Well, that's it. The beeps are not going to be accurate then because the beeps are set up for a 10-second hold.
Okay.
So lift and hold. So if you go faster, the current is running, but you're going to be like sporadically beeping then.
Okay.
If that makes sense. Okay.
Can you speak to the difference between this and another at-home device? Specifically NuFace, someone's asking, what are the major differences?
I like to talk about mine rather than the other companies. I never say anything bad about anybody. Okay. I prefer this because one, it is lightweight.
Very.
Okay. You plug it in, it's constant current. You don't have to worry about anything of that, as far as meaning that it's not, the battery runs out and you got to put it back on a charger is what I mean by that. So I feel that you can actually get in because of the two probes, the differences, instead of being one piece, the two probes. It is also, like I said, low voltage, not a high voltage unit. So for that reason, this is my preference.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
That completely makes sense. The actual shape of the device and the plug. So for our clients at home, I assume 2 weeks is long enough after receiving Botox or filler that they can use this. Anything we should be wary of for clients who get injectables and using microcurrent?
That's a good question. Yes, typically we tell them 2 weeks after they've had an injection done, because you want it to settle in that area. So for that reason, that is something that, of course, nobody that's pregnant, pacemaker, epileptic, if they have a amalgam silver filling, that's okay. But if they have a World War II metal plate in their head or a screw like in their neck, you would want to avoid those areas.
But it's still safe to do in the forehead area.
If they had it here, I would say shoulder down.
Okay.
Kind of consider it in quadrants.
Okay.
That's what to do.
Facial relation. Okay. Question we're getting with this and we did that one. This is awesome. I would love to receive the deck as well. Are you offering the presentation, Pam?
The one we're doing today?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, absolutely.
So they should email you. So I'm going to type your email address in here. Who should they email for the presentation?
You just do the info@medspadistributors.com and any one of us in the group will take care of it.
Okay, so that's going out. So that's been listed. Is it safe for someone with thyroid issues?
Typically we say not. So they would need to avoid the thyroid area. They could do the jawline and such, but there's not enough medical data. There's some that they're working at actually have gotten improvements, but we're estheticians, most of us that are actually distributing this. So we want to make sure that we just stay on the safe side and say, if you've got thyroid, just check with your physician before you do it.
Okay. Okay. Let's see. We have that. Learning more. Consequence too. Okay. Can you speak to the difference? Again, talking about different devices. Some of them have two probes, like completely separate. What difference would that be? Is that better for something in treatment versus at home?
Yeah, like professionally, I can get in there with like a wand and a sphere or whatever, and I can actually do a treatment right directly on the lip itself. This is stationary. We can't get any closer to that. So when I can actually have, with my professional unit, I can get in even a little tighter in some areas.
Okay.
This is going to, that's as close as I'm going to get. But this is like having two wands. This is one wand and this is your other wand. So for that reason, you've got your two wands, but you're able to do it with one hand.
So this really is ideal for a consumer to use at home.
It is consumer. It is consumer. We don't recommend they use it as their professional treatment.
Right.
We tell them this is to help with your professional treatment. It's a way that the SD can make some more income while they're actually doing their professional treatments too. So it just is a good combo. You're hitting it at home, they're doing some things. And it's not like you don't jab it in you, it's just a light, but we wanted to make it honestly simple.
Right.
It doesn't have an on-off switch. It doesn't have anything to adjust. We wanted to make it so that the home consumer isn't as educated, we like to think, and although a lot are now, but that they will just simple for them to use.
Less is more. I think back to when you prescribe them a home care kit and you give them 4 products to use. I recall having to literally write on the box with a Sharpie, step 1, step 2, AM, PM. So the more simple, what am I trying to say? Keep it simple. Keep it simple. Less is more. Exactly. Someone's asking.
That is true too, because just, typically with current, as a professional, we keep the current output around 500 or less. You can get a great treatment with doing areas in the 200 range too. It's one of those things that it doesn't have to hurt to work. Less is more as far as when it comes to mimicking the current. You're stimulating your ATP, the energy for your cells. And so I kind of like explain to them too much. If it's too high or you do too much, and you know how consumers are, they're not going to, they may want to do it every night. So you got to make sure that you're in safe ranges for everything. Mm-hmm. Think of it as if you overstimulate your ATP, you may look good for the moment, but it's like a sugar high.
Right.
Then you crash because the body can't keep making that speed of ATP forever. So you want to do like this, you're helping to maintain. So the next time you go see your professional, she takes you to the next level. So right. It's building a strong foundation and working upon it rather than just getting that high and then the low.
And then the dip. So to answer Karen's question, she said, how many sessions will be needed to get results? Well, Karen, this is really ideal for maintenance in between professional treatments. So Pam, do you want to speak to that?
Well, that is true. So it's one of those things you can keep using. I mean, this one here is my personal one, and you can tell by the label, it's one of the original ones. So they last a long time too. But twice a week, I like to do it. I plug it into my computer because of the USB port. And so when I'm answering emails and such, I'll hit certain areas on my face. Maybe I don't do all of it all the time as much as I probably should. You know, it's the cobbler's shoe theory. We don't do as much to ourselves. But, you know, it's easy enough to do. Now with the kids being home and you're in front of the computer and they're doing their homework, while you're helping guide them in life, you could be lifting your brows at the same time, you know?
The ultimate multitasker.
Exactly, yes. So, you know, the answer is you would continually do it once or twice, 2 or 3 times a week at the most.
Okay.
How long per session should you be doing it?
Typically, it takes you 10 to 20 minutes, depending on if you follow every one of the little diagrams. Basically, you're going to it's 10-second hold. So you're lifting, holding, and counting to 10. And that's when you'll hear the beep again. And then you move over. So if you do that and you listen to the beeps, it'll take you 20 minutes to do it.
And so if there's no on-off button, there's no settings, it's just
plug and play.
Done for you.
When those probes have a closed circuit, it's activated.
Yes. So once, and there has to be a glide, a moisture gel, water, something on the skin, okay? And then you hear it, and then now wait, and you're gonna wait. 10 seconds seems like forever.
When you're waiting.
Yep, and then it'll beep again. Hear that? And that's how you follow it. You beep, hold it till it double beeps, move to the next area.
Pam, do you think, so if I'm a consumer and I buy this and I've never had a professional treatment done and I'm obviously stuck at home, but we have SDs out there that are seeing this and they're thinking, let's get our clients using these. Do you think if they use this in the next 2 weeks, are they going to see a difference without ever having a professional one done?
They'll see slight. Of course, the professional, because we can do so many more functions with it, they're going to see more professionally.
Right.
Usually it's the brow, cheeks, and jawline. You'll notice the difference the most in.
Okay.
And I always tell them, like Jenny knows this because I did this to her. I looked at her and I said, okay, so brows weren't even, right? They are now, you know, but yes.
Oh my gosh, you did. We have a whole video of you doing this on me.
Yeah.
The professional one.
Even with this one, I would look at you and I'd say, okay, start with your side that's the lowest first. And this is why the SD is important to, you know, do the Zoom meeting or do the face with them and talk to them and say, okay, looking at you, this side's lower, so I want you to take it. I want you to do this and count to 10. And I could do just the eyebrow.
So Pam, I want to introduce here. So let's hypothetically say that there's somebody new watching today and they're like, I'm sold. I want to start doing this. They're going to reach out to you using your email address that you have, or the 800 number, or the web address that you have clearly displayed beautifully on your backdrop. and they're going to set up an account with you, and then you'll provide them maybe with a couple of YouTube videos that they can put on their Facebook page, and then they can start drop shipping these to their clients tomorrow.
Correct. I actually had one of the Estes that knew I was doing this, and she's like, I'm going to see if my clients would want them. Before this, we'd had this, she's like, she's calling me and she's texting me and she's emailing me. She says, oh no, I'm afraid that you're not going to have them. I said, trust me, we have plenty. The manufacturing's done in Reno, Nevada. We're good. We're getting them, sourced here in the US. And she's like, okay. She says, I'm going to put an email blast out. And she email blasted her clients. Before I came on, she's put an order in for 7 of them. So she's already got 7 of them just from that email blast, that because we're at home right now and she can't see them, want to do this. And I said, I really suggest you do like a Zoom meeting, or you do some type of thing with them just to go over the steps and just show them how easy it is to work. But a lot of my Estes that have been selling these for years now, and like I said, some sell 100 of them a month, figure that income out, okay, that they basically have their videos online. They do some YouTube videos too, but they get these directions, they get their gel, they get their bag that it comes in, and their machine. Okay.
And what is the retail price that most estheticians sell?
It's $329.
$329.
Yes.
And when someone is asking with the drop ship, is there a disclaimer clients sign for drop shipping? Is there anything you recommend from that respect?
So far, we're pretty good on that. We do send them insured. Okay. So they do have insurance on them when we ship them out. And knock on wood, usually, we've not had any problems. If somebody's like concerned about a certain client and where they live, about them getting it, we can always do signature required too.
But as far as does MedSpa Distributors have a standard disclaimer or anything that they offer for their clients before they're using, like all of the info and all of the contraindications and things like that?
Yeah, that's why we recommend that they take and copy off of our page all the contents in the Word, so they can just, right click, basically take them and put them onto their website, so that they can take and make sure that they understand before they purchase it, these are the contraindications.
Okay. Perfect. And then a question we've seen a couple of times, is this safe to be used daily?
You can, but really it's not necessary daily. You could do it, every other day. Your ATP is still stimulated for that 72-hour time frame. So you could do it every day, but it's not necessary to do it every day.
Okay. That's because I have when consumers specifically start doing something new, they're really excited about it at the beginning, and then it tapers off. So it's actually good to hear that you don't need to do this every day. I think it makes it much more realistic. If someone's interested in getting pricing for the professional units, they should email info@MedSpa Distributors?
Right. And let's say it's a consumer, which we get consumers of all kinds that try to take in, and like our site, you have to send in your license or something the first time to prove that you are a skincare professional. Okay. So that means that the psychologist that calls me that wants to buy the Mini doesn't qualify, because they don't do skincare treatments. So it is a few little hoops that, so to speak, that we put you through the first time to prove that you are a skincare professional, but we do that to protect our skincare professionals, to make sure that it is being sold through the people we want it to be sold through. Because we really want it as a partnership, more that instead of just throwing it in a box and making the sale, we don't sell them on Amazon. We don't sell them through eBay. We only sell them through skincare professionals, because we want that partnership where they are talking to them and making sure that it's going in the right hands.
Right. Okay. I absolutely love this. Do we have any more questions? Anybody else out there? Pam there's a lot of questions about wholesale pricing, which we're not going to address here, but Pam will get you the wholesale price. Just shoot her an email, and you'll able to get that information really easily. And the thing that blows me away that I love the most is that there's no on off, there's no settings. You literally just plug it in, charge it for a little bit, 10 seconds and hold, 10 seconds and hold, and it's active. And so, I mean, it can't get any easier than that.
No. And I mean, I'll put like Victoria Neon peptides, my lift and my tone on, or my Neogenesis skin serum underneath it. And I mean, it just all works good together. It's good energy together. So it's like, you know, doop, doop, and it's done.
Question. You know how you have the X Pure Tease mask with the CBD in it?
Mm-hmm.
Can you have that mask on your skin and microcurrent over that mask?
Because it has water in it too, that would be conductive with it too, yes. So yes, you could do that. I use a lot of times the toner. The CBD toner too. So instead of, because the toner is great and it's got the CBD in it, boom. So I might put that on, or the hyaluronic serum.
Ooh, yes.
Hyaluronic serum, and then if you start to dry out, spritz it. And voila, good combination too. So, I mean, I use them all. And then, like I said, sometimes I'll even add LED light with it.
Oh, look at you.
So I do.
Device queen.
Yeah, I can do both and then switch. Just saying. You got to be a little bit more used to doing all this together, but you can do it.
Now, Pam, what's that device? I guarantee we're going to get a question that says, what's that device?
It's a red LED.
Okay.
And that's it. That's what it is. It's a red handheld LED. So some of my SDs, they sell in a package of both together. Some of them will sell it, you know, like the party pack. What we did is we used the Neogenesis product, and we did so that they had the cleanser and they had a skin serum to put on it. They've already got their conductive gel. So all that comes, and a biocellulose mask, so that their client gets all those things. And that was the party pack that we're doing through you guys, so that they get all those things together.
I love it, Pam. So, like, you know, one of the things that I love for everyone to understand is that if they are an esthetician and they do decide to open an account with you, they can get the Clareblend, they can get the full Neogenesis line, they can get the full X Pure Tease line, they can get the full Victoria Deanne line, they can get the Belmondo masks, they can get the vitamin C serum, that's the one, the vitamin C serum.
C2S.
They can get all of these products from one-stop shopping. So they pick up the phone, they order 4 or 5, maybe 6 different vendors. They get one shipment, one shipping cost, and they get one phone call to ask a question about 6 or 7 different products. And you guys know these things inside and out, because I know specifically you don't sell anything that all of you haven't used extensively.
That is correct. So
these estheticians will be able to say, Andrea, Stephanie, Pam, the Victoria Deanne, this peptide, then there's the CBD, how much CBD is in that serum, and you guys know all of this without having to call 6 different people. So it's so good for them.
And in case right now is basically there's free shipping for under $100 orders. Sorry, above 100 is free shipping. Under 100 is a flat $8. And so we did that as a range, and we're also throwing in our thermoball, which is the only thing that we do really manufacture is our ball. So they get that as a free gift too right now. So we're trying to do everything we can to keep the price down as much as we can for everybody, to kind of help out and give them extra little goodies too. Amazing.
So Pam, can you run through off the top of your head the special program that you're doing for our viewers? So you're sending them it's the package, it's the Clareblend.
They get the mini, the whole mini. Okay, they're going to get the Belmondo mask. They get the trial size of the Neogenesis cleanser and the trial size of the skin serum. And of course, inside that comes the Clareblend gel with it too.
So I mean, so there's a thing so that they could be drop shipping to their clients for like a really low price point at this point. Amazing. All right. So we had that information, right? You gave that to us already.
We did.
Yes. So we have a big Google Doc, like it's this wide of all of that. And once these, we're recording all of these, we're gonna upload them, and then we're gonna send out an email that has all of the replay information, and then it's gonna have there's gonna be a link to watch the replay, and then the special price in one thing. So they'll be able to click right through an order from you guys.
That's awesome. We're excited. I want to thank both of you guys. I mean, the time.
Hold on a second. There was a question, and I want to provide the prop. Hold on a second.
What's the ball? Was the question. What's the ball?
The ball? Oh.
I have one in my freezer too.
This is the thermo ball. So it has a little malleability to it. It just came out of the freezer. And you guys, I lift like crazy and I pull things all of the time. So if you have a sore, like if you're sore, this goes on the neck. I like roll on it on my back. I use it on my shoulders if I have sore shoulders. This thing is amazing. If you're giving somebody a facial and you want to like add a little coolness into it, maybe they have a sinus headache, roll this over oh man, yeah. And they come in different sizes too. So the thermo, and you're getting this free in that box. It's awesome.
Yeah, and we keep them always in our freezer too, and we keep them for like the grandkids. If they get a boo-boo, they just go in the freezer, get it out themselves, you know. I mean, so it's good for that. You can make them warm too if you want the warmth. You can also take and put them like in a crock pot of water or in a bowl of water and submerge them in water and heat them up that way too. So the same ball will go hot or cold. So family, like I said, we started that. We've been distributing them for, gosh, many years. And unfortunately, the owner of the company passed away. And then when Andrea was actually living in England and she came back from England and she says, "You're still getting phone calls?" I said, "Yeah, we, can't get them anymore." Well, she said she encouraged me to talk to the brother and we wound up buying the company. So now my husband is the one that makes the balls.
Oh, I love it.
So
comes full circle.
Yes, yes. So yeah, so I mean, and you can imagine the conversation about balls. Yes, they never get old. But
I can imagine.
We do enjoy them. So, but yes, we do only pick things that I started out basically with the diamond tone microdermabrasion because it was where I started my distribution from, and it's just grown over the years. And we get phone calls daily of someone wanting us to distribute their products, but we tell them we make you go through a process, and it has to be something that the group loves, has passion about, or we don't bring it in. Now, that doesn't mean that I don't think there's other good products out there. There's some great other products out there too. And you're going to find, like a lot of us that go to different conventions, we're all buddies and friends, but we can only carry certain things. And maybe this one has territories, and we can sell anywhere in the United States on everything. So that has to be something that we have to be able to do. So for that reason, maybe I don't carry this brand because it would have been only a small territory, and that doesn't work for us. Right?
Yeah.
But we love it. We've been doing this, like I said, for a long time. Eventually, both girls, Andrea and Stephanie, they'll be the one's face that you'll see the most of, and I'll be behind the scenes. So, that goes with coming with age, But I hope that I answered some questions, but really and truly, especially right now, this is a good way that these SDs can still bring in some income.
Right.
And it maybe not even with the mini, if they want to think of something even different, having a Zoom party and sending them some type of little kit and getting them all together, your clients will appreciate it. They still want to be in touch with you. So again, you can do this with all kinds of different things, but the mini does equal to like doing a facial for your income.
I agree. And it's, you have so many options in the brands that you carry. Creating a facial in a box for them would be no problem at all. So you can customize it to, like what I would love to have, like the your Neogenesis cleanser with one of the serum, that famous serum that they have that I love so much.
Recovery.
Andrea said you have to have it. It should belong in everyone's medicine cabinet.
Yes, Andrea always says that, yes.
An Pure Teeth selfie mask with some recovery serum. And let's see, what else do I love?
I love their
Belmondo eye things. I need to get some of those.
do the eyes. I mean, the lift and tone. Oh, from Victoria Deanne, I like the pad because, you know, as I'm in my 60s now, starting to get some lines here. Well, I don't want that. Well, they're from losing fat pad in your upper lip. Right. So by adding, I put it in like a little rollerball thing, and I use that every night. But you can do pad with it too to create more fat pads for lines in this area.
Amazing.
So, you know, there's so much that you can choose and do. It's really, you can do what you believe in. So if you want peptides, we got that. If you want a natural product, we have that. You want stem cell molecules, we've got that. So we've got a good variety for whatever somebody needs, and there are no minimums.
Awesome. Well, Pam, we are at the hour, so thank you so much. And Andrea back there behind the scenes, behind the
Behind the logo.
We thank you so much as well. Final hour of the first day. Amazing, amazing time. So thank you so much. You guys have all of their information, and we'll send out the replay next week or later on this week.
And cheers.
And cheers. Great job today, Jen.
Day. Thank you everybody for joining us. Thank you, Pam.
Thank you guys for putting this on. It was awesome all day long, and you know, it seemed like it went over really well as far as.
I think so too.
Thank you again. We really appreciate all your time and effort.
Absolutely.
Thanks, Pam.
Thank you. Bye-bye.